Good afternoon, and thanks to Gabby Ray for all the latest local and provincial news. Now, my guest on MIJAS International today is Christine Heckel, and she's an expert in sound and energy healing. She's the official representative of the Hess Institute, and she's the only sound massage practitioner in Spain authorised to teach under the Hess Academy Spain. And she's absolutely passionate about Tibetan singing bowls and their healing power. So she's here to tell us all about them, and I welcome her to MIJAS International this afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Karen.
Good afternoon. Now, you've just literally got back from Galicia, and it was from a Gong Master Training Week. Perhaps just to tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was a wonderful experience. As you know, there's not only singing bowls, but there are gongs too, which fall under the same family. And I've had the great opportunity to train with one of the masters globally, Don Croco, and we've had 8 days of intensive training and experiencing the sounds all the time. So it was a retreat week.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have a tester of all these bowls and how they sound in a minute. But first of all, we're going to find out how you got into this field, this type of work. You were at one point in your life quite ill, weren't you? And I believe it was Lyme disease.
Yes.
So if you can tell us sort of, you know, how you got into this from that illness and how you overcame that illness.
Yeah. Well, when I was so ill, first of all, it was very difficult to diagnose what made me suffer so seriously. And it got to the stage where they were not sure whether I would survive or not survive. But then I was very lucky, and I found a neurologist doctor, actually, who discovered that one of the diseases was Lyme disease. And I was integrated to hospital, and I received very heavy treatments, chemical treatments, really. So when I left hospital, they did several tests afterwards, and for, let me call it the Western medicine, I was cured. Mm-hmm. But literally, I was feeling like a wreck.
Yes.
I was physically totally exhausted, lots of pain still. I was emotionally exhausted, suffering really serious depression, mm-hmm. and I couldn't concentrate. I had no mind of focus. Mm-hmm. And so I started looking into different alternative and complementary therapies. And this is when I found energy healing, and last but not least, the sound healing.
The sound healing. Mm. So what is sound therapy? What, you know, how does that work?
Sound therapy can be given in different ways. I have chosen the sound vibrations of the singing bowls and the gongs, and they're really based on very old knowledge. And the work I do is integrated into our Western world, so it's really a Western method, but based on old knowledge.
Okay, and perhaps people would like to hear some of these bowls that you have here with us. I know you have quite a few more, but you've got 3 to demonstrate for us.
Yeah.
And to perhaps explain the difference between each of the bowls and what they're for.
Yeah. Well, and this relates to a question before, is how do they really work? The singing bowls work by sound, and I'm going to play 2, 3 for you. And then maybe even the listeners, the watchers can hear.
I can feel that one through the table, actually.
Through the table, because it's a wooden table, yes.
And the different bowls are for different areas of your body, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They are producing different frequencies. So it's not only one sound you hear, but it's really a frequency of sound. And with science, we know now that our body reacts on different frequencies, on different sounds. Mm-hmm. And you can literally say, as lower a sound is, as more on the lower part of your body it works. And if you have higher sounds like this tiny bowl here, then it's really more working on your head. Mm-hmm. And then you have other sounds like this one here, we call it a heart bowl, and it has a sound frequency which supports the heart area, the throat, and your head. And they're vibrating quite long.
Yes, they are, aren't they? Yeah.
And they work obviously on the auditive sense. We hear them, and they're very rich in overtones, and especially those that work with sound healing, they know that the overtones are those sounds that are responsible where the body can start focusing on the self-healing, self-curing. And they work on a physical level in the sense of we consist up to 70–80% of water. So when the sound vibration comes and touches your body through your skin, it brings into movement the water in your body, and this is when the cells start getting into vibration, into movement, and this has this huge purification process, in fact.
Okay, so it's sort of like aligning you, isn't it? In one way, you can look at it that way.
Yes, you can. Because it shakens up, and then every cell has the natural instinct to come back into the healthy state. And what it does, it connects the body hemispheres, the right side and the left side, so we get centered. Many of us, they are not so centered, but we need this centeredness so we get prepared for what we have to do in our day-to-day, isn't it?
Okay. And I've noticed that also you talk about Asian cellular regeneration, and those are treatments. In what way, or do they differ to the sound therapy greatly?
The energy healing, you mean?
Yes.
Well, actually, it works a little bit different. The basic sense is they all work by vibration. Even when you work with energy healing, it's a vibration. Everything is a vibration. So we're made out of vibration, and that's why we react so easily to these kinds of healing techniques. And many people, when they hold their hands, for example, together, they can feel that there is something in between. You can't see it, but you can feel it.
The energy.
It creates a kind of a warmth, and this is the effect of what it does. It really burns. It burns toxins we manifest in our body. Yeah.
Okay. And so, I mean, you've trained in all of this, and you say just come back from Galicia, and which was the Gong Master Week, and you said it was like a retreat in the end with all the noises, the sound vibrations, and you learnt about a Gong Puja.
Yeah.
Which,
Yes.
Perhaps people would like to know about that as well.
Yes, Gong Puja. Puja is a term they use a lot in the Eastern world, especially in India. And usually they're done by priests or shamans. And it's a ceremony, really. And what we have done, and it was a wonderful experience, we have done a puja night. So we were playing all night through several gongs, and we dedicated this gong playing to the peace on the earth, so that all children may be living in peace eventually, very soon, hopefully.
Okay. So the sound therapy and the energy treatment as well is something that you specialise in. What other courses do you offer?
Well, I offer half-day workshops, for example, where people can learn the individual use for themselves, so self-application on singing bowls. If they have one, we can teach them, or I can teach them how to use them for themselves. If they wish and they have none, they can obviously purchase one. I have them on sale for them too, and I can recommend them which is the right bowl for them if they don't feel what they need at the moment. I do full-day classes, and I do weekly courses, and I have several courses coming up soon. Like there is, for example, a course starting next Sunday for 1 week. And it's lovely because it's a combined holiday training course. So you will be on 4 days, you will be learning the basic sound massage, really, which you can apply for yourself, for your family, for your friends. or if you're a therapist, you might want to integrate it into your work. And then the rest of the days you can enjoy in a lovely Ayurveda hotel, so you will have very healthy food, and you can participate in daily activities if you wish, like yoga, Tai Chi, or similar. And this starts next Sunday, the 22nd of June, which will be repeated in September, the 14th of September, for 1 week.
Whereabouts? Where's it going to be held?
It's called Almajate, and this is the other side of Malaga. From here, I would say 45 minutes drive, and it's a small hotel called Luna y Sol, and it is managed by a lovely couple. She's German and he is Danish, actually, and they really work out of the heart. So those who come there, they're really well taken care of.
Okay. Now you do have something happening on the 19th of June as well, I believe.
On the 26th, actually.
So the 26th.
On the 26th, yeah, it is. It has been an inspiration from my last trip to India. I was in March, April, I was in India, and I traveled to the area of Darjeeling, which is very famous for tea, as we know. Yeah. And there is a beautiful tea shop in Marbella, and I was actually approached by the owner of the shop if we could do combined activity. So we have an event planned on the 26th in the evening in Marbella, in the old town. It will be a journey to your senses, because what we'll be including will be the sound of the singing bowls. People will taste delicious organic tea. People will taste some delicious tea sweets, and they will obviously use the smell and the taste and the hearing.
Yes, all the different senses will be used in that training.
Yeah.
How long did you feel it took you to understand, and not master, because you're always learning throughout your life, but understand enough to be able to teach and train other people? How long did it really take you? Was it a matter of years or
Well, I think
less?
I have an advantage because I have been a corporate trainer in the past for a big American company. So I come out of the field of training, and that's what I always have loved to do, share what I know with other people and develop them. And when I started intensively really working with the singing bowls, which is about 5.5 years ago now, I knew this is what I wanted to do, but what I understood as well is that I needed to experience more myself. I started with workshops and courses aside the one-to-one sessions, obviously. And since last year, I've been authorized by the head of the Hess Institute, Peter Hess himself, the founder in Germany, to build up the Peter Hess Academy here in Spain and teach people to use the really powerful sound healing with singing bowls.
Okay, and Peter Hess, obviously, somebody that has been involved with all this for many, many years himself.
Many years.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Anything else you want to highlight about this type of healing?
I think it is a very simple way of healing, and it is said in actually all philosophies that human being is made of sound, of vibration. So what is the closest to us for healing is sound vibration. And they say the sound vibrations the singing bowls produce are our ancient sounds. Every cell knows these sounds. So it is very easy for us to relax with these sounds. And I believe people should experience it. And I've not seen one single person who said, I don't like it. You connect with it. And this is when your organism, which is so smart, can really focus on the healing. And the healing happens out of itself. And you don't have to do anything for it, because it's a natural process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for that, Christine.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you. And yes, wish you all the best with the workshops, and we'll remind people about them as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And that's all for today on MIJAS International. I'll be talking with Charmaine Arwan, the British Consul for Andalusia, tomorrow on certain topics that she thinks you should be aware of. And I'll also be speaking with the musicians Stevie Nelson and Andy Claridge about their Pink Floyd tribute, which is happening at MIJAS Auditorium on the 27th of June. So until tomorrow, hasta mañana. you.